the motor, it comes with our catch can right here, and then we actually have an LME valley cover, and one of them comes here, and then the two back. You can actually do front or back, but if you do the front, it doesn't clear the front drive, so you kind of need to do, you got to do them in the back, and then we tee these together. This is kind of it's really up to the end user. We set these up so we can dyno them like this. Chances are it'll fit in the engine bay because they don't really go any further back than the bungs. And then I guess everyone's biggest question is port injection and kind of how we ran them like this. Originally we actually weren't going to run them for you, but after talking to a few customers on port injection, it became very clear that it got confusing kind of quick. So I don't know if you can see them down there, but you can kind of see the port injection. They're the rails with the ID injectors down there. And basically you will run your feed and return to these manifolds right here. So one's a feed, one's a return, and there's fittings on. Sorry, we kind of buried them right there. So it's fitting there, and one of these is feed, one of these is return. So actually, if we can follow, so this top one is feed, and this one is return on both sides. And then if you see kind of, we got the other side where it goes here, you can follow this line. This one is for the direct injection is what this one's for, and then this one is for the port injection. And then you have a crossover at the front, which is hard to see. You can kind of see it there. You gotta do banjo, and then it's hard lined as well. And all the soft line for the feeds to the rails, these are PTFE, so you don't get that fuel smell. That's kind of why we did it that way. It packages it all nice. It tucks in with the blower. So we try to make it as compact as we could, and then dual regulators for port and feed. So again, you're just gonna run your fuel line to the little manifolds right there, which we already have, which is -6. So the -6 feeds and these manifolds, you know, it's so you won't really lose fuel pressure because you have a little, I guess you could call this a little surge tank here, and then these are -6, but the feeds to the rails are -8, so it would gives you a nice flow. And then of course we got ported heads. Get a focus for us here. Yep, we got ported heads. You better look at our LTX valve covers. This is our, don't mind our bracket, it's going to get like rounded off and finished off, but it's pretty much where it'll sit. It doesn't impede with the headers, doesn't really stick out very far, so it should clear 99% of engine bays. I think that's where we mounted them before. It's a little different though. Power steering. This whole setup is an 8-rib drive. This compressor here is temporary. We were gonna leave it, but thinking about it more, we'd rather do a sand-in, just to overall complete the whole package. 103 Nick Williams throttle body. Don't mind the little clocking ring. We're gonna get a different one that's more flush. This is just so we can get it to the engine dyno and clear that power steering pulley. Power steering pump right there at the reservoir, or the fitting for the reservoir. And then here's the harrop blower itself. We're going to include AN fittings on the water lines, just so you can match kind of all the line here. And then it does include our heat exchanger kit, which is our tank with pump, and then the actual heat exchanger itself. We're going to include AN fittings of these. Again, these are just temporary. I think Harrop's actually making them right now. They weren't ready, but this is what they use on the engine dyno anyway, so it'll work out. There you can see the plates, port injection plates right there, and you can kind of see the LME valley plate. VVT is also deleted. You kind of see the VVT delete plate. Oh, one more thing on these regulators. These will actually be pointing forward. This again is just so we can kind of get it to the engine dyno. Or we actually just filled this with, we already pressure tested this and everything, and we just set these already. So when it goes to the engine dyno, it's ready to go. But these will be pointed forward. We did have them, but this gauge actually hit the banjo fitting there, so probably do a different angle, but we'll point them forward. That way, if you check fuel, you can kind of just look at it from the front instead of having to jump from side to side in the car. Here's a better look at the LT.R. This is again, is just like the LTX, except the LTX is iron and it's aluminum. A rotating assembly is pretty much exactly, or it is exactly the same. But if you guys want to see what it looks like on the inside, center counterweight crank. These use Molnar connecting rods and custom Bisco pistons. Actually, these are diamond pistons. We did diamond on these, and the future ones probably be diamond. And actually, we updated the rods. We were gonna keep using Molnar, but we started using these Carrillo bullet rods on everything. So we will be the version 2. We'll have these. The pricing will go up a little bit to compensate for this, and the piston is a little bit more expensive now. But other than that, this is a 400. Both are 400 cubic inch engines, custom cam, ported heads like you see on the LTX. But here's just a quick look at the engine here. So I'll post a link for both of these, LT.R and LTX. The new ones will have the Carrillo rods. The ones we currently have Molnar, if you wanted to save a little bit. They are on the site, and we have 2 LT.Rs that we can build now, 1 LTX that we can do, and then we have more being built. So, and then if you guys, Coyote guys, we have our GT1000 on there. The short block is done. We'll have that one here soon. That's gonna do it for this one, guys. Just a real quick look at the engine right before it goes off to the engine dyno. We'll have a actual engine dyno video and the numbers and stuff like that, and again here pretty soon. So we'll see you on the next one.